Hello there, Matthew Armstrong here, also known as the Ripped T-shirt guy. And why am I wearing a ripped T-shirt? Well, you've got to check out video 1, click on the link there, watch video 1, then watch all these videos sequentially because it is a series that is supposed to be watched in order. And there's many reasons why I'm wearing the ripped T-shirt, but I guess one of the little reasons is because it helps me sift and sort people who I want on my team. You know, if you get repelled or repulsed or have an aversion to, someone with a ripped T-shirt, then you've got issues. So that's something you got to look at within yourself. Are you the sort of person that judges a book by its cover, or do you judge by results? Because I'm the sort of person that likes to judge by results, and look at results, not at what you've been culturally programmed to think of being successful, unsuccessful, right, wrong, good, bad, all that sort of stuff. Judge by results. That's what works. Does something work? That's the way my mind works. Is I look, does something work? If it works, great. If not, then forget about it. And so that's what I'm always delivering in the almost 500 videos on this channel now. It's all about what works, and that's what I'm all about. Does it work? Is it good for me? Is it good for you? Is it good for others? Is it good for the greater good? Is it good for the world, for the planet? Is it good for the universe? That's what I'm looking at. And if it ticks all those boxes, then that's a good thing by me. And that's what I'm all about. And that's what I'm all about transmitting to you. Right, so I know a lot of people have limiting beliefs around, especially around money and finances. There's so much negative and energetic charge around this subject. So I'm going to share with you, I'm going to transmit to you. I don't like to use the word share anymore because I learned something about sharing, saying the word share, and I'm going to talk about that in a future video. So I'm trying to delete that. I'm deleting it slowly from my mind because it's something I used to say a lot, and I've learned something about it actually disperses your energy when you say that. So it's something that I'm actually relaying or transmitting is something that is going to help you to change your beliefs around money and around finances, because it is so incredibly limiting for so many people. And I can relate. If you're one of those people, I know how you feel. I once felt the same way, and what I found is that when I changed my beliefs around money and finance and things like that, is that a lot of that negative energy charge went away, and a lot of the confliction that I had around it kind of went away, and things started to get a lot better. So that's what I'd like for you as well, is things for you to get better in that department. And what it actually does is it starts to magnify all other areas of your life. Because look at it this way, what happens if you give an alcoholic loads of money? They just drink more. They spend more time in the bar. They might buy everyone in the bar drinks, but that's what they're about. They'll just drink more, spend more time in the bar. There was a guy that won the lottery, and what did he do? He bought a mansion, and he lived for 3 years in one of the rooms in the mansion, and all he did was drink himself to death in that one room. And he just had someone that would just bring him carryouts of alcohol, of whatever he wanted. He didn't move from that room for 3 years. Big massive TV in the room, just drinking himself to death. So whatever you are, whoever you are, it just magnifies it, in whatever respect. So if you're out there, if you're doing great things in the world, it's just going to help you do more great things. It's as simple as that. So whoever you are, whatever you do, having more money, having financial abundance, having more time and money as well. It's not just about the money, it's about the time as well. Because that's a precious resource, is our time. And if you're trading time for money, especially if it's in a job or a business that you don't enjoy, you've got to get out of that. You've got to get out of that. And that's one of the reasons why I am doing what I'm doing right now, to help you get out of that. So here's a way to, a little thing you can do to shift your limiting beliefs around money. Because all it's doing is it's limiting you, and you don't want to be limited. You're an unlimited being, and start to tap into more of that unlimitedness, because you have been sold a lie. You've been sold a lie about money, whether it's been by possibly by the church or whatever. You know, there's nothing bad or evil about money or anything like that. It's all just a way of seeing things. So here's the little thing you do. So find out what your highest values are. So for example, let's say, you know, your highest value is being a great parent. Let's say that. So your highest value is being a great parent. And so to be a great parent, you need a lot of things to be a great parent. So one thing is money, right? You know, the more money you have, the better parent you can be. So then you have money. So you want to link how having more money in your life is going to allow you to be an even greater parent. And you want to link as many reasons why to this as possible. So maybe it's like, well, the more money I have, then the more time I can spend with my kids. So there's one link, boom. The more money I have, the more better education I can give my kids. There's another link. The more money I have, the better food I can give my kids. There's another link, boom. The more money I have, the better travel and enjoyment I can give my children. Boom, there's another one. The more money I have, the better I can be, because a lot of families are stressed by money, right? And so then that pours over into the children as well. So if there's no stress there about paying the bills and stuff like that, then there's another link, boom. So there's no stress there. So you want to bring your children up in a place of abundance mentality, not lack mentality. Do you really want to be saying to your children, oh, we can't afford that, oh, we've got to get the cheaper one, no, we can't afford to eat there, or you can't go on that school trip, that's the expensive skiing trip, you can go on the little weekend to see the castle or something, so you don't want that, right? So, link all the things that, money will do to being a great parent. And then you'll start to see money in a different light. You'll start to see that actually the more money I have, the more financial abundance, and it's actually just not about the money, but having the financial freedom. Because there's times in my life when I've had like 3 businesses at the same time, and I was making more money than I ever had, but I was completely burning myself out, working from early morning to, sometimes like 11 o'clock at night, more than 12-hour days, like 14, 15-hour days, 6 days a week. And that was, it was good for a while because I saw the money coming in, but I didn't have time to do anything else, So, it's not just about the money, it's having the time as well. So that's why it's so great to have, these vehicles like we have online now, like Empower Network and things like that, to be able to create this financial abundance in a very short period of time. So, there's one thing. So how about, maybe your top value is health. So then you want to link, how having, more money is going to contribute and magnify your health, right? So, okay, well, if I have more money, then I can eat better food. I can eat like organic food. If I have more money, I can, maybe get a health coach. If I have more money, I can, go to health retreats. If I have more money, then maybe I can have more time because I'm not working at a job that maybe you're working at a job that's unhealthy for you, or your job's stressing you out, and that takes away from health. Or stress, that's the number one, right? So the more money takes away the stress, more money gives you more time to retreat and spend time in nice beaches around the world and things like that. So just link as many things. I think you kind of get the drift from it now. Link as many things. You want to write them down. Write down your top values, whether it is, because especially if you've got a limiting sort of belief around money or some sort of aversion to it, so it's going to be very, very low in your values. So then think about what are your top values, and your top values maybe, I don't know, it could be anything, but those are a few things that people have, like, they want to be a great parent if they have a family, or, they want to take care of their health, or something like that, So link as many things like that to it, and then you suddenly realize that, oh my God, money is not an evil thing or a bad thing. It's actually something that will actually magnify all the things I already love to do, or all the things that I already am. And if you're watching these videos, my guess is you're a decent person. You're probably not some, nasty criminal or something like that. Or you probably wouldn't be watching my videos. So with that, it's going to magnify all that goodness you're already giving in the world. It's going to magnify that even more. The more money you have, and the more time you have to, follow your passions, to, live your highest good. There's another thing, spirituality. People think there's a big confliction. If you've got loads of money or you're into money, then you're not spiritual. Or if you're really spiritual, then you're not into money. That's just total BS, So maybe, spirituality. Maybe spirituality is your highest value, And then, for so many people, there's a big confliction, and that's what it was for me for many years, where I thought like that, and I got over it, So that's why I think I can talk about it, and maybe connect with you on that level, if that's the sort of person you are, is to, how can we connect money to spirituality? And it's actually really interesting that if you look around the world right now, all the spiritual leaders around the world, the likes of Eckhart Tolle, the likes of Neil Donald Walsh, the Dalai Lama, they're very, very wealthy people. They're multi-millionaires. So the big spiritual leaders around the world, they're multi-millionaires. Even the ones that are kind of living in the ashrams and with the robes and things, they're incredibly wealthy. They are. They get huge donations. Even Mother Teresa was incredibly wealthy, even though she didn't use the wealth to do anything decadent for herself. Still, she received so many massive donations, and she just channeled that into the work she was doing. So yeah, even Mother Teresa was incredibly wealthy financially. It's just what she did with that money. It was a charity, right? So yeah, all these spiritual leaders, they have great wealth. I'm sure there's a few exceptions, but the majority of them are. And so yeah, the more money you have, the more you can work on your spirituality. The more you can, if you're financially free, wow, you can spend so much time on your spirituality. You can go and spend the time in India and the ashrams and the temples and all this sort of stuff, and go and visit the Dalai Lama or whoever it is for you. You can go and spend time with these people and develop your spirituality. You can go and sit on the beaches and meditate. You can go live in nature and be able to do more of that with the more money you have and the more free time you have to do that. So yeah, you can link so many things to your spirituality. The more money you have, the more money you have, the more money you can give, right? How many times you're walking down the street and you maybe didn't have so much money, you saw someone that needed help and you just weren't able to help them. Imagine that. Imagine just being able to help people here, there and everywhere. Isn't that what's it really about, right? And the more money you have, the more you can do that, the more you can help people, the more you can help the world, the more money you have. And that's it. Right, so that's a simple thing you can do. Write down whatever your highest values are. If you do have any sort of aversions or limitations towards money, towards finances, towards becoming financially free, like we're doing right now, if you have some limiting beliefs, and I have noticed from some of the comments that I've received, that a lot of people have a lot of limiting beliefs, and so I think it's a great thing that I'm doing this right now to kind of get you over those things. So if you do have an aversion to any of these videos you're watching, make sure you keep watching them, and so you start to change your mindset as you do. And do this exercise, is absolutely phenomenal. And don't just stop at like 3 or 4 things. So for example, just say being a great parent is your number 1 value. Then I want you to write down 100 things, 100 reasons why having more money is going to make you an even better parent. Or it's going to magnify that to its complete limits, wherever that is. So whatever your top maybe 3 values are, do it for those top 3 values. So you can have 300 things, reasons why it's going to be a great idea for you to have a lot more money in your life and a lot more free time as well. So that's it for day 9, I believe. So make sure, if you haven't already, it's a great idea to join our team if you want to get on this path of financial freedom with us. I had a great day. So things are building. Things are building. I had my first $200 day the other day while I slept. Phenomenal. Just woke up and opened up my back office, and there it was. So yeah, things are happening. This is real. Get on board, and remember to also like and subscribe, and comment and share and all that sort of stuff. And keep watching the videos. So tune in tomorrow, and look forward to chatting to you then.